All right, 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting of the Grafton Finance Committee to order. This is a public hearing, or public meeting. Because there are people participating remotely, all votes will have to be done by roll call. So we will go through the agenda. The first thing on the agenda is the Select Board. Grafton has received over $5 million in American Rescue Recovery money. The Select Board has decided to appoint a committee to help decide how that money is going to be spent. And they've asked for a representative of the Finance Committee.
I'll do it.
You want to do it?
Sure.
All right. Would I accept the nomination to have Heather as our representative?
So nominated.
All right. Any other nominations? All right.
Second.
Okay. So being no other nominations, I'll entertain a roll call vote. We'll start with Sue Robbins.
Aye.
Gopal.
Aye.
That's Mary. I was looking to see if that was Irene. I don't have my glasses on. Angelina?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Mark, aye.
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Barry, aye.
Aye.
Heather, aye. Okay, great. So Sue Fiacco, can you notify the Select Board's office that Heather is our representative on that committee? Spend a lot of money on things that benefit the Finance Committee.
Oh, yeah, no. Lunch.
Lunch. We have, yes, go ahead.
I have a question about that.
Please.
The $5 million, is that spread out over 5 years or is it all at once?
No, 4 years. They have 4 years to spend the money. There are certain categories that you can spend the money on. You have revenue loss. There's a complicated formula that the town has to figure out how much money they lost because of COVID. You
Yep.
can spend it on sewer improvement projects, water improvement projects, broadband projects. And there's another couple of categories. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that money. In Groton, just for a couple of examples, we got $3.3 million. And we're using it, we're sending money, school department also has the ability to get some of that money.
Okay.
So we're sending some of the money to the schools, we're doing a sewer project, we're doing a water project, and we're doing a radio communication project for our public safety. We also set aside money to bring back a position we lost in the highway department. And we're also doing something for the employees because all of our employees took zeros because of the revenue loss. So we're using some of that to give one-time cash payments to our employees. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with that money. So it's a wonderful opportunity for the town to address some issues. So I'm glad that the Select Board asked the Finance Committee to participate in that. Does that answer your
Mark?
question? Yeah, go ahead.
Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, go, Paul.
Is this part of the 1.2 trillion, and this is not part of the infrastructure bill which hasn't passed yet, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, this is money that the federal government set aside, and the reason that Grafton is getting over $5 million is because there was a set aside for the town, a direct payment directly for the town, and then the way the rest of the country is set up, county governments have a lot more authority. In Massachusetts, we got rid of county governments back in the 1970s and 80s. They ceased to exist other than retirement boards. So, but they still designated money to the county governments because they did that throughout the United States. So what the Commonwealth of Massachusetts did is they took the county allotment and they broke it up amongst all of the municipalities within the county. So we got, Grafton got another $3 million because of that. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So glad the county governments fizzled in Massachusetts back in the 70s. That's my editorial comment for tonight. Okay. So any other questions on that? Thanks to Heather for volunteering to serve on that. Outstanding bills, we have one for our annual dues to the Association of Town Finance Committees in the amount of $245. I entertain a motion to approve that bill.
I'd like to make a motion that we pay the $245 to the Association of Town Finance Committees.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor by roll call, Sue Robbins?
Aye.
Go, Paul. No? Yes? Go, Paul?
Aye.
Oh, good. Heather?
Aye.
Barry?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Mark, aye. Dan?
Aye.
Angelina?
Aye.
That's unanimous. We have another bill for $42 to reimburse for internet service. I'd entertain a motion to approve that bill.
I can make a motion that we pay the $45 for Sue's internet service.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor by roll call, Sue?
Aye.
Go, Paul.
Aye.
Heather?
Aye.
Barry?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Mark, aye. Dan?
Aye.
Angelina?
Aye.
All right, that takes care of the bills. Next on the agenda, we have minutes from our June 23rd and July 6th meeting. Are there any changes? Anybody notice any problems? I think Sue does a great job on those minutes.
I think I sent up to Sue.
You had a couple of changes?
Yeah.
Minor? Did they
Minor,
change the?
minor.
Okay. Then I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor by roll call. Sue?
Yeah.
Aye.
Go, Paul.
Aye.
Heather?
Aye.
Barry?
Aye.
Andy?
Aye.
Mark, aye. Dan?
Aye.
Angelina?
Aye.
Okay, next on the agenda is to talk about the public hearing schedule for the fall town meeting. So, Mary, I know Evan is upstairs with the IT committee, and he's not here, but the warrant is supposed to close on Tuesday, September 21st.
Correct.
Okay, how far after that will the finance committee get the warrant? Because the to meet the schedule, I take it the town meeting is definitely gonna be on Monday, October 18th.
Yes.
Okay, we doing it inside?
That I don't know. I believe so.
Okay,
One.
what's that?
That'll be a chilly one.
I know, but we in Groton, the selectmen decided to do it outside
I'm not.
on October 23rd. It's gonna be very cold
It's gonna be
On,
cold.
on a weekend,
on a Saturday.
in the
yeah.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
We could
fine.
have a bonfire or something.
That's what I was
Aye,
thinking.
It'd be nice and fall.
I was
We might
thinking.
have some-
We got 5 million in funds. It says.
Might as well spend it on our meeting. So, when will we get, do you know, or do we have to wait for Evan? Do you know when we would get the warrant? Because we want to have our public hearings on Wednesday, the 29th, Thursday, the 30th, Monday, October 4th, and 5th, Tuesday, the 5th, if necessary. Does that, from what you know, Mary, does that work?
That would work.
Okay. All right, so as far as finance committee members, does those dates, Wednesday, the 29th, Thursday, the 30th, Monday, the 4th, and Tuesday, the 5th, if necessary? I don't know if we'll need all those dates, but does that seem to work for all of you?
Yes, it does.
Okay, the
They're
question,
okay, but Mark, do we,
go ahead.
are we going to meet individually with the various?
No,
No, we don't do that now?
No, this is for the town meeting. This is public hearing on the town meeting, not the budget. The budget is when we meet individually with the
Yeah.
department heads.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to them about the warrant article.
Oh, you could do that too. If you want to do that on your own before the meeting, I don't have,
All right.
that's fine.
yeah, don't they usually come in?
Sue will schedule them to come before us. Mary, do you have any idea preliminary how many articles there are? Have you guys even started doing that?
I received 4 from the sewer enterprise and 2 from CPC.
That's all you have so far?
So far, Evan and I have discussed about 3 of them. 4.
Okay. So it doesn't sound like a real complicated warrant.
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, so we might be able to get it done on 2 nights or 1 night of public hearing. So once I get the warrant from Sue, I'll figure out how we're gonna schedule this, and we'll go ahead and do it. Now, here's the question. When we meet in this room, the internet, and we're able to do remote, as you can see everybody on the screen, this room is probably not available on those dates, which means we would have to go up to our old room, conference room F upstairs, and I don't know if they have the remote capability up there. Mary, do you know if they have the remote capability up there?
I believe
And the thumbs no from the.
they don't. That's
Oh,
the
booth is
only
saying, oh,
one.
getting a thumbs. Thank God you have glasses and can see. I can't. Is there really somebody in there? There you are. All right, so they don't have remote capability up in F. They may not have it by September 29th. And if this room isn't available, which I don't think it is, we would have to go remote. Does the committee have a problem if we hold up? Go ahead, Dan.
I've been told that there is or will be an owl, one of those.
owl.
Yeah.
We use those in Groton. They're great.
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, they're these this device that it's like a camera, but it's got like a 360-degree view, and it tracks voices. So they're pretty nice. Sometimes they can be a little bit creepy because they just start looking at you. But Joanne said that they will have one there in time for the Affordable Housing Trust meeting on September 9th.
All right, so So the way, so Sue could
I don't know if-
participate through the owl.
We're,
That's
we're
a
getting
maybe.
this from.
Oh, we're getting that.
Yeah,
We're getting a
so
baby
We're getting a
from Jack,
baby.
yeah.
it might be, there might be more nuance to it than I've been let in on.
All right, so the question then is, do we want to hold, I prefer being in public,
Of course.
but because Sue can't be here, and we kind of need Sue, would the committee have a problem if she, because she has to advertise next week. So would the committee have a problem if we do these meetings remotely
No,
for the public hearing? All right, so,
and the big ones. I mean,
no, I understand. I understand. All right, so Sue Fiacco, thumbs up, we're gonna do it remotely, so you'll advertise, we'll do them by Zoom. All right,
Totally by Zoom.
I'll
no-
miss
no
seeing,
in-
no, it'll be all Zoom, 100% Zoom, so I'll miss seeing all of you in person.
I think also that might be easier to get everyone to, the warrant, whoever puts in for the warrant. I think some people are still nervous about coming in.
Coming in public. Yeah, that's a good point, Heather. All right, so Sue, we're gonna do it on, we'll do it all on Zoom, completely on Zoom, so please advertise accordingly. And then Mary, you'll get us the warrant as soon as possible, or somebody will get us the warrant as soon as possible.
Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so that takes care of our public hearing schedule. That takes care of all that. So now we have updates from the committees, but I'm gonna start with you, Barry, and ask you to give us an update, you and Mary, on the accounting software. Where are we and what's going on with that?
Want me to do that, Mary? I can.
Yes, so I've been working with the IT tech committee. And so I've met with them a couple of times. We've discussed the three options. I met with the select board, early, middle of August. And we've decided to go with Vadar. For a number of reasons. One being, they were most cost effective. They were able to provide the deliverables by the end of next fiscal year. And so Evan just signed the contract. I'll forward that off to Vadar, and they'll start the chart of accounts conversion, and they'll start with the tax and utility billing first.
What was the final cost of the software, Mary?
43,000 and some change per year.
For how many years?
It's a 6-year contract.
And then what's that? So that's to buy the software over 6 years. And what's the annual maintenance?
I'm sorry. So another reason why it was favorable for Vadar was because they worked the implementation cost into the contract. So we'll be just paying 43,000 per year for the next 6 years, and that will be with the implementation.
All right, and then the annual, you'd have to pay the licensing fees each year or whatever. Do we know what that is after that?
That's all included, 43,000.
But then after 6 years, you're not gonna dump Vadar.
Oh, no,
So
no.
there's gonna be a cost after that. Do we know what that cost is?
I would say 43,000 plus what would have increased within 6 years.
I don't think I'm being clear with my question.
You're
I
asking about the
wouldn't
price
think
for
it would be
renewing, right?
more than 5%. There will be
No,
an increase after
No, what
6
I'm
years.
asking, what I'm asking, I understand that it's gonna be $43,000 a year to buy the software and to manage
Right.
it. And then every year, are there licensing fees that we have to pay them after the fact?
No,
So once that's done, they
Like
do
year
automatic
six. It's
updates
not-
and everything like that?
Yeah, like year
What-
6,
Yes.
do we get a bill on year 6 for maintenance or for anything?
Or do we get a new contract?
Yeah,
We'd get a new contract, because it's more like an
Yeah.
annual subscription type.
That's what I'm at, that's the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for, thank you, see?
Isn't
So
this,
reason
is it
you're
a
here,
cloud-based software?
I mean, if I'm understanding it right, we're
Yeah.
locked into the 43,000 for 6 years.
That's to pay, to buy it
That's the
and do the
240.
No,
conversion.
we'll always be paying on it, right?
Yep.
Correct.
But then there has to be an
Cloud-based,
annual
right?
subscription.
Or is it not?
But then,
Yeah, so after the 6 years, we would have a new contract with them at
Right.
whatever price they're doing it at that
Okay.
time.
All right,
Is that correct, Mary?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Mary, is it cloud-based?
I'm sorry?
Is it cloud-based or is it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so if it's cloud-based, they're going to update the software all along.
Okay.
There's nothing to update.
But I just figured, because I know we bought new software, and then we have an annual cost that we pay for the
I don't
service.
think it's an owning outright thing. Like, we'll never stop
Yeah.
paying on the
Yeah, but it's not
service.
gonna be 43,000.
Right, so it's not like.
Right.
you know, the-
But so you're trying to ask what the cost is gonna be in year 7,
Yes.
8, 9, 10.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
find out.
It shouldn't be.
Well, my first year, next year will be a little more money because
True.
I'm going to have to, I've already reached out to my account manager for SoftWrite because I'll need their software.
Oh,
for
you're gonna need
3
it for
to
another year,
6
yes.
Yeah, because I'll need it to close the books.
Yep.
Right.
makes sense.
So I'm gonna, I'm working on a quote for them to have the software for half a year. And so, it will be a little more money next year because of those.
And
things.
where is this budget? Are we taking it out of free cash? Do we have a line item appropriation? How are we paying the 43,000?
That is not due until next fiscal year. So we'll work it into the budget.
Gotcha,
And then the soft rate will be reduced, so.
gotcha. All right, cool. Any questions? Barry, is there anything you want to add to that? Are you happy, Barry?
I'm a little confused in a few things, but
Ask the let's
I
clarify.
I can tell you that the competition was Munis, which is considered to be very expensive.
That'd have been like 240,000.
And SoftWrite was acquired by Springbrook, which is the third player in this. And the only difference, or the major difference, is Springbrook is national. They have about 1,000 clients, whereas Vadar is mostly Massachusetts, and they have about 100 clients. Yeah, I'm cheating.
No, I want to, I'm just looking at.
And there were a couple of other things. To help you modify the chart of accounts, I'll call it rationalize the chart of accounts, we're paying a consultant to do that? Is that where the 7,500 comes in?
That's if I need additional help
Okay.
with the chart of accounts.
And we're adding an animal license and a marriage license software in there?
Yes, because Vadar does not have that that application, and so Candy uses it currently in SoftWrite. So she'll just get a new database for it,
Okay.
and that will help
You said animal, you're talking
Candy.
about dog licenses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I didn't know if we were registering, pigs and cats.
Cats. Don't you have a licensed cats?
No.
Oh, okay.
What's
Anyway,
the name
so-
of the software again?
What's that, Gopal?
What is the name of the software again?
Vadar, Vadar,
As in Darth.
as in Darth. They're good. They're a good company. They're a good company. They're in like 30 or 40 different communities right now, aren't they?
There, hopefully just next year.
Yeah.
Vadar? Yeah.
We'll see.
Any other questions on that?
Nope.
All right, so, update on the sustainability committee. I was unable to make the last meeting. I had a conflict in Groton, and I don't think they had a quorum, so Ed and I are trying to figure out a new date. So we'll probably try to get together sometime later this month. And, I gotta talk to Ed and figure out when we'll schedule a meeting, but we
Yeah.
have no update.
For those of us who were at that meeting,
Yes,
there
I'm
was not
sorry.
a quorum. We did have some fun and games where Laurie DiDio wanted to participate but couldn't get into the building because the doors were all locked.
Oh, and that's why we didn't have a quorum.
That was what crushed it.
Yep.
But Ed was there and generally went back over what is the next round of tasks that we want to take on, which is really try to compare with other towns.
And then
A
take
whole
it from
list of things. There's a whole list of questions up on that Google Docs. Count numbers, count salaries, count things like that. That would be a challenging thing to do, but that's the goal.
Okay. All right, so we'll have an update hopefully at the next meeting. Yeah, go ahead, Gopal.
I have a question. Actually, I'm getting concerned about this Vadar as well. I'm looking at their blog, okay, which is typically something that good technology companies keep up to date. The last post was 2016. And if I look at their website, it looks like from the 1990s or 2000s. I'm just saying, I don't know how viable this company is for the long run. I'm just saying that.
So
Not
this
saying
is
it.
this is the
They've
one
been
that
in
we-
business over 20 years.
This is the one that we got a walkthrough from, like at I think our last meet, or like a joint meeting with the select board or something.
That was,
Yes.
what is it, our government or something?
No, that
the
was,
main-
you're talking about the budgeting software.
Oh, okay.
That was
Oh,
what
yeah.
yeah, this is
Okay.
different. This is Mary's chart of accounts to keep the town books, not to develop
Okay.
the budget. You're talking about ClearGov is what you're thinking.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the problem with going with Munis, it's 300,000 to implement. It's 130,000 your yearly cost, and it will take 18 to 24 months to implement.
Oh,
Yeah. So
They
SoftWrite is now it's going to be obsolete, and it's they call it oh geez, now I can't think of the name.
Springbrook.
Springbrook.
Springbrook, thank you. So Springbrook, currently, they have no, not one client in Massachusetts. I would be, or Grafton would be their first client. So we would be their guinea pig, so to speak. And honestly, their customer service is terrible with SoftWrite. And so, I wouldn't anticipate it any better with Springbrook.
Yeah, Paul. I looked into Vadar because we were considering going with them. They have been around for a long time. They have a lot of communities in Massachusetts, and I don't think it's a big deal.
okay.
I understand what you're saying, but I think I agree with Mary and Evan. I think that's the right decision to move forward. Munis, while it's the Cadillac, it would bankrupt the town to do it.
Yeah.
And then, so I think Vadar, I think you made a good choice, Mary. I think Vadar will do a good job for you. And I think it'll work well. So good luck. I hope let's hope that Paul's wrong and I'm right and it works, right?
Mary,
Paul,
please
I don't want
take-
you to tell me I told you so later, all right?
Mary, please don't take it personally. I'm just new to this. I'm asking questions. That's all.
Oh, no, not at all, not at all.
Well,
But
you're apologizing
I
to
will
Mary.
I will make it work. That's my job.
Paul, what if I was offended by your question? You're apologizing to Mary.
Yeah, the thing is, you are you're on the wrong list.
And just
Wow. that was wow.
and Mary, you guys have used this in Monson,
Correct.
so
Okay. Barry, I haven't attended any select board meetings. Any updates?
that was the
That was the
main thing
update?
that came out of it. Yeah.
Excellent. Irene's not here. Does anybody know what's going on with the library? Are they opening it? They closing it? What's going on? Does anybody
I
know?
think so. They got delayed.
Hmm.
I don't think they've selected a new opening date. I think they're delayed with shelving coming in, and
So they're still moving in.
yeah, they're still getting set up in there.
Building looks beautiful from the street. I haven't been in it. It's a gorgeous building.
Parking
It's
lot
beautiful.
seems to be finished. The question I would have is, if that's how big the parking lot is, where would the super park have been?
Behind it,
Behind it?
in the
Further
back, by the railroad
back.
tracks.
Way back.
Yeah.
Whew, okay.
Thank God that didn't happen, right? Andy or Sue, any update on the school committee?
I don't know if Sue has anything she wants to add.
Sue?
Nothing to report budget-wise.
Yeah.
They have their controversy over the mask.
Yeah, everybody had that.
So otherwise, they seem to be on track so far. So they haven't really discussed the upcoming budget, which I think they will be starting soon.
Okay. And then, Paul, any update from the Economic Development Committee?
The meeting was postponed. It's supposed to be held on September 13th.
Okay. Sue, any updates from the CIPC or the DPW committee?
DPW is coming to a close. We're having one more meeting in order to approve some executive minutes. I know Andy was going to work with Mary to reconcile the numbers so that we knew we had accurate numbers to vote on them, and we may end up with maybe $3,000 or $4,000 dollars at the end, but I'm sure the DPW will know what to do with that money. So we have one more meeting, and then there will not be a grand opening because of the Delta virus. And so we're just, I mean, if anyone goes down there for recycling or whatever, they can stop by and ask someone to take them on a tour if you want to see it. But otherwise, everything's going well. Everything's functioning okay. So
Excellent.
we have a great building.
Oh, it is. It's a beautiful building. Came out really, really nice. That's a nice facility up there.
It is. It
Yeah.
really is nice.
You guys did a great job, Sue.
Thank you. I have to give credit to Andy.
Yeah, no, Andy's doing well, and hopefully we'll get the library open sooner rather than later. All right, so there's nothing else on the agenda. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, September 29th, 7 o'clock. That will be by Zoom. That'll be a public hearing. Sue will get out the warrant to all of you as soon as we receive it from the town administrator's office. We'll work on a schedule. If there's not that many articles, we'll try to get it done on Wednesday and Thursday and take all our positions. Town meeting is on Monday, October 18th. I would imagine, Mary, they'll have a pre-town meeting review at some point with the moderator and the select board and the
Yes.
finance committee, so we'll notify you when that happens.
Sue has her hand up.
Sue who? Oh, Sue Rob. Sorry, Sue. Go ahead.
That's okay. I just wanted to ask Mary if Evan was still planning to have a capital summit.
Yes, I believe he's gonna do that. I think it was the second week in September. I think it was the 7th. I want to say a tentative.
Because I know CIPC was wondering if he was going to be holding the capital summit. We knew it was going to be postponed in August, but we just wondered when he was going to be able to.
Yeah. Evan had to work remotely the last couple of weeks, and so he's a little behind.
Yep. Thank you. I understand.
Anything else from anybody?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Barry.
I don't know if this applies to just the Zoom end user, but I received an email from the Zoom folks that said you're gonna have to be up to a certain revision of Zoom, otherwise you're gonna crater. So you might want to keep an eye on any.
Oh, to make sure we are.
The Zoom folks. to
And-
make sure that you have the latest and greatest.
Yeah. Hey, Sue, to answer your question, Colleen just sent me a message. The Capital Summit is gonna be on September 9th via Zoom. Thank you, Colleen.
Thanks.
So September 9th via Zoom is the Capital Summit, so I'm sure he'll send out an invite and notices and all that. Anything else?
The question, I guess, Mary, maybe you know, is there a mandate for town employees to get vaccinated?
Not yet.
So
That's a risk.
it is, so I can tell you, it is a risk. We did it in Groton. I lost my temper at a select board meeting and convinced the selectmen to mandate vaccines.
Really? You lost your?
I know that's shocking. I know that. So we mandated vaccines. We gave them until yesterday. Is today the 1st? We gave them until yesterday to get vaccinated, and they either had to get vaccinated the first shot by August 31st, the second shot by October 1st if you did the 2-shot regimen. And you could only get out of it if you had a medical excuse. We did not allow religious exemptions. One of our unions freaked out, and but everybody got vaccinated. I didn't have to fire anybody.
Good.
So tell Evan, you may want to take the chance and see what happens. Mark Terry and I have been doing a lot of talking over the last, because he's our labor council too, so he thinks I'm out of control. He told me I needed to slow down. I said, the word slow is not in my vocabulary. He goes, so you really need to calm down. So,
Can I ask a related question?
course.
If town employees come inside residents' homes, are they required to wear a mask?
why are town employees going into, oh, you mean inspectors?
They should be, yes.
Should be, yeah.
Why, did somebody come in your house without a mask on?
I don't want to say anything.
Okay. Mary, you may want to mention to Evan to remind the inspectors to be masked when they go into private property.
Okay.
Whoever it was is now buried underneath the back deck.
Or in the-
Oh, basement.
Basement walls. Oh, I saw that movie.
This thing has gone off the,
Oh,
what am I, I'm a terrible chairman, this thing's gone off the rails. Anything else?
Yes, Mark, Sue is trying to tell you something.
Yeah, no, she sent me a text, I have to read it. Does the FinCom wish to attend, the Capital Summit? And if so, should we post the meeting? I know, Sue, you'll be there. Is anybody
Yes.
else wanting to attend the Capital Summit from here? Should I post the September 9th meeting?
I will not be there.
I won't be there. Anybody else? You don't need to post it, Sue. And the software is Vadar, V-A-D-A-R. Did you get that, Sue? Yep, okay. I gotta
September
pay,
9th is
I gotta
the,
pay attention to all my, messages here.
September 9th is going to be a busy night. It's the Affordable Housing Trust meeting
Oh,
and the Grafton Upton Railroad public hearing.
it'll be fun.
The Affordable Housing Trust, that might be the one to go to. Anything else? All right, I'll declare us adjourned. Thank you, everybody. See you on the 29th on Zoom.